Hey everybody, it's Rocco Slots here. I'll give you guys a lowdown. Okay, so I've been kind of quiet on YouTube, been active on Instagram. Okay, so some of you knows what's been going on, some of you don't. It's not that I'm keeping a secret. I figured I'll just do a video and let everybody know. Okay, so someone has been DMing me. So I caught COVID-19 and had a bacterial pneumonia from it. Now, where I caught it, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it was Vegas. And September the 15th, I had a show to go do, and so it was an early birthday present, so we went out there for a few days. Plus, some of you knows I've been looking for a condo out there, so we had some business to take care of. So before anybody claps back, no, I have not got my vaccine. I'm just kind of waiting, seeing how there's been issues, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it, and I don't really want to hear comments about it, okay? It's not about that. Was I protecting myself? Yes, I wore a mask. I sanitized. Every time I met with somebody, I would spray myself down before and after with Lysol. Those little cans. And so, I don't know. Maybe I was gambling. I rubbed my eyes. I thought I was clean enough or whatever. I don't know. All I know is the next day, we were both feeling very stuffy that night. The next day, we kind of still feeling stuffy because I don't know if it was our allergies or something like that. We went to breakfast, did a little more gambling. We were feeling fine. We were driving home. We went over that little hump where the checkpoint is, and for 5 hours, for 5 miles per hour, nonstop, stop and go traffic. Apparently, what I heard was what I did see it, the XYZ or ZXY, whatever that road is. Going home from Vegas on the 15, a semi Amazon truck flipped over and caught on fire. So we were feeling fine, just stuffy. So the next day I wanted to take my mother-in-law. We went to Soboba. I'm not saying I caught it there. And I was kind of feeling more stuffier, and I just, oh, well, I must be getting a sinus infection because all the allergies, we'd had wind and all that. So a couple of days later went by, and I was working on my mom's rental house in Sun City. So I noticed a fever developed. So I said, well, let me go to the Menifee Inland, whatever it's called, into their emergency room. And they just said, oh, let me check your chest. They checked my lungs. They said they came clear. They didn't offer for a COVID test or anything. They just said, keep on taking Tylenol. A couple of days later, I went back because I was still working on the property. And I was having a breathing problem. The fever was getting worse. They did a COVID test. They confirmed that you have COVID-19. So I came home, quarantined myself in one of my rooms, but it was already too late. The whole family got it. Miss Mac got it, and she got over it within a couple of weeks. My kids got over it within 3 or 4 days. I was in turn because I was getting worse. I just wasn't really eating. I was eating soup. I was just laying in bed, and my breathing was really bad. Miss Mac said, you're wise to go. She called the ambulance. So they came, picked me up, and they said my oxygen was at 80%. I was on oxygen. Took me to Mona Linda, because that's where I live, is in Marietta. And they took me to the COVID tent, did another test, confirmed it. They said, you have COVID and bacterial pneumonia. If you would have waited any more longer, you might not have been here. So the first thing they did, they started me on the antibodies. And then antibiotics, of course, oxygen, IV, and steroids. And so then they took me upstairs to the COVID area on the 5th floor. I was in a room by myself. The first 2 nights were hell. Didn't eat those 2 days. I was coughing a lot of phlegm. And finally they had to put a different instead of the regular that they put a mask on me. They had 2 different ones. The last one was a bag. On the 3rd day they took that off and just put that because I was breathing a lot better. I started eating food. Let me tell you about breakfasts were crappy. I just had the yogurt and whatever. Lunches, the turkey chicken avocado sandwich was the bomb, and then I just had the chicken pot pies, which is really good. So after the 3rd day, the doctor had to finally talk to the doctor. It was kind of coherent. I was just like zoning out like I was back in the 80s on drugs. Because I was taking a lot of pills and medication they were giving me. And he says, I asked him how long to be here. You're going to be here about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month. We'll see. You have bacterial pneumonia. If you would have waited too long, you might not have been here. Okay, your body is going through a very bad trauma. Okay, it's going to take you a long time to recover from this. So I said, all right. And so in my mind, I said, no, I got to get out of here sooner than that. So they gave me this little thing you put in your mouth, and you suck air and get a hold of it, and I was doing really good on that. And I slowly started taking the oxygen like that, and every day they were bringing the oxygen down. They had me on 6, and it was coming down rapidly because I was on 2 for the last 2 days. So I asked the nurses and everything like that, what's going on. They would tell me what's going on. And so I left every day. I was extra for 5.5 days. So they gave me for 5 days or 4.5 days antibodies. The last day they gave me a double one. And every time they would put it, I had an IV here and then one right here. This one I must have creased or kinked, so they moved it up to here. And plus every night they would check some blood, and they would give me shots in my stomach for blood clotting. And so, hold on, I gotta get a drink here. I love my little Fallout cup. And so the 5th night, they gave me a double dose of everything. And every time they gave me, my hand would freeze up. But this one, my hand was really hurting really bad, so they moved it down to there. They gave me a heat pack. So the last day was the 25th, my birthday. And I needed help going to the bathroom because I was weak. I couldn't do anything. Talk about just drop. They take care of you. They wipe you. I'm not trying to be gross or anything, but they wipe you. They take care of you. God bless those nurses. God bless them. And the last 3 days, I had this one nurse. She was working like 17 hours. Her name was Kim. Really nice young girl. And the doctor came in and goes, well, I heard it was your birthday. I said, yeah, won't you? And he goes, happy birthday. I said, yeah, give me a gift. He asked me how I feel. I'm feeling good. I want to go home. Give me a birthday gift. So he asked the nurse, because he's done with all the medication, the antibiotics, the antibodies, everything he's done with. He got this double dose last night. His breathing, his oxygen is at 2. He's not even really using it. Well, happy birthday. You're going to get to go home. So I said, wow. And he goes, I told you you're going to be here for 2 or 3 weeks. I've never, ever seen someone walk out of here in 1 week. And so he said, I'm going to send you a bottle of oxygen, keep it in your car. And I'm going to send you an oxygen machine, a portable oxygen machine. And if you need it, use it. So I got dressed. I had it in my mind. I was wheeled in a gurney, but I'm going to walk out of that hospital on my own 2 feet like a man. So they wheeled me out, of course, like that. And Miss Mac and my son was there. Got up, gave her a hug, and they rolled me. And I said, there was like 3 feet to that door. I said, stop. I got up. I walked out of that hospital a couple of feet after, like 3 feet after. And I was dizzy again because I was out of it, because all the medication was on. I was back in the 80s on drugs. So I got loaded in my car. I used the oxygen machine for a couple of days, and I survived it. I survived COVID-19 and bacterial pneumonia. I went a week later for a follow-up on my regular doctor for an x-ray. He said, she still looks like you have a little bit of pneumonia left, so they gave me antibiotics for that. But my breathing machine is at my thing to check my breathing, my oxygen. It's always at 95 to 98. My sensor, I bought one. And the thing I exercise my lung, I'm maxed out on that. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing okay. So that's all I have to say. Before I left, I asked the doctor. He specializes in COVID, because they asked me if I get a vaccine. I said, no, I'm afraid. I just want to know what's in it, And he goes, totally understandable. He goes, my advice to you, and again, I don't want to hear it. Everybody has different opinions. That's okay. I'm going to say that everybody has their own opinion. Some people took it, some people don't. And I'm not trying to make it about that. Okay. He just says, you have the antibodies that is just as good as the vaccine. Right now, do not take any vaccines for a year because you may have complications down the road. And he goes, I don't want to see you in here again with blood clots or anything else like that. I'm not saying it will cause that. I'm not saying it will. Much as I've been in here doing this, there's just not enough study on anything. I said, okay. And I believe him. And I'm not trying to make it like that again, you know. And so, and everybody has their own opinions, and I understand that. But, you know, let's, you know, I guess, you know. So he says, you're going to have a cough for a while. When it's mornings or when it's moist, you're going to have problems until this goes away. You probably won't, he said it in my regular diet, you won't be the same for about 6 months, maybe to a year. It's good. Your body took a bad trauma, a really bad hit. Your lungs took a really bad hit, which is, in the past, I would have to go in for breathing treatment when we have bad rains and the, you know, the mildew starts to build up in the window sills, or we have fires. It feels like pressure on my chest. And so now I've developed anxiety. So because it feels like there's stuff on my chest, but that the doctor said that is from the ammonia and COVID. Those are afterwards. So the brain fog went away. My hearing is still so super sensitive because when I got the COVID, I did not lose my smell or my taste. What happened was, yeah, I can hear fine, but it sounds like someone put hearing aids and turned them up. I was very sensitive to sound. That and my eyes, I had brown eyes, but they have a greenish tint, a greenish color to them now. Not saying that's COVID related, but we laugh about it because even my own doctor said it too. But in other words, I'm doing okay. And then I got a crap load of videos to edit and do. I just don't, at that time, I just didn't have the will or the energy or anything just to do anything. Yes, I posted on Instagram, but it was just very quick. So I'm gonna get back to doing videos. So all I gotta say is please subscribe, please like, drop a comment, drop a comment, do what you want. You know, that's what happened to me. So now you all know. Thank you for hearing my story, and that's about it, you guys. So God bless you, and hit those machines and get savage with them. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Look out for some more videos that's coming up soon.